the future, though, is looking brighter for semiconductor equipment makers. A trade group predicts worldwide sales will soar more than 50% next year. Novellus Systems is one company that may benefit. The stock was trading at a 52-week high yesterday. Novellus Chairman and CEO Rick Hill joins us now. Rick, good to have you here in the studio.
Thank you very much for having me. Good morning.
Okay, so just to start off, I mean, tell us where we are in the cycle right now.
What inning, so to speak?
Yeah.
I think we're pretty early in the cycle. When you look at as much money worldwide that's going into economies, and with technology a key element in the infrastructure of economies, we've got a lot of legs to run yet.
But are you seeing for instance, the orders? Are you seeing them accelerate quarter to quarter, or what?
Well, we've seen strong growth in orders, but from a very, very low level. So there's no reason that we can't continue to grow orders.
Okay, so for instance, the third quarter up 55%. No reason why you won't see that in the current quarter, or even in later quarters.
We're optimistic.
Now, what about Texas Instruments this morning? Great news, right? They beat on the bottom, well, they guide up on the bottom, they guide up on the top, but they say they can't meet demand. I mean, have they cut capacity back so far? They need to order more equipment? Is that what it boils down to?
Music to my ears.
I mean, but is that right? I mean, really, if they buy more equipment, they can make more chips?
I think that's true. And I think what you have to recognize is technology continues to march on, even in a down economy. And people try to compete by advancing the technology, which obsoletes equipment, just keeps growing demand for new equipment.
Rick, a Bloomberg survey out today points to the unemployment story in this country, likely staying the unemployment rate 10% for a while. Given where your company is in the business cycle, how does this affect your hiring?
Well, the fact is 80% of our business is in Asia today.
Right.
And so a lot of the growth continues to be in Asia. In fact, China, when you look at the growth potential in China, it's just huge. We expect to see increased capital investment in semiconductors in China over the next few months, which will accelerate demand for equipment. The dollar is weak. Our technology is strong. I think it's good for semiconductor CapEx.
So then, reading between the lines on that, does that mean that some of your jobs then will be moving over in Asia?
Well, there's always, you got to have the jobs go where the growth is. The growth is in Asia more than likely, yes.
Right, because just giving some context, we're frustrated by what was happening in California with the budget crisis, right? Some of your jobs, actually, you moved some of your jobs, I believe, to Seattle or Oregon, right?
Yes.
And are those jobs going to stay there, or are you thinking of actually moving those, for instance, overseas?
Well, they moved up to Oregon because in Oregon, with the tax structure that we have, we can compete. We, as a company, have to only worry about one thing. How do we remain competitive worldwide? That's the key. And whether we move to Oregon or we have to move to Asia, we got to do what we got to do.
Now, give us a sense for how much these machines cost. Semi-cap equipment, we all talk about as though we know what it means, but how much do the machines cost, and do guys actually pay for it out of cash, or they finance it, or how does it work?
Well, first of all, we're not talking about something that's a toaster that fits on your kitchen counter. It's large pieces of equipment. You've heard the slogan, Intel inside, we're inside Intel. We're the equipment that makes the semiconductors. Typical average selling prices are probably somewhere in the range of $2 million to $5 million each a copy. They're big pieces of equipment. Orders come in big chunks, and increments of capacity are big.
Rick, tell us about your access, though, to financing right now. It's very key for companies.
Well, a year ago, I spoke of one of the critical elements affecting the capital equipment business is there was no financing. People fundamentally couldn't get money. That's changed. If you look at the top 5 people, they've got a lot of positive cash flow because they got high amount of depreciation. They're beginning to reinvest that because they see the market coming back. In addition to that, the credit markets have loosened up. We see some of the other players starting to get credited as well. They have to invest to remain competitive. So overall, it just keeps building, and it's good for the equipment business.
Okay, Rick, good to have you with us, and thanks for stopping by. Rick Hill of Novellus.